Folks, if there's one thing we've learned far more clearly through the course of the pandemic than we had already suspected, it's that indoctrination in the thinly veiled socio-political ideology that's rife within the boundaries of our public education system, it's alive and well, folks. I have been coming on this show for a long time now, telling you that you need to get your kids out of public schools. I don't apologize for it. I do not even waver on that opinion. It seems like increasingly, they're not even trying to hide the ball anymore. So I want to take a little journey with you and show you another example to Wentzville, Missouri, where a student recently encountered the following question on a test. And I'm going to quote it for you verbatim. Here it is. Ready? Here we go. Teresa has heard in the news about the fatal shootings of unarmed African-American men by police officers, but does not think it is necessarily due to racism. Teresa is most likely A, and here's the choices, a Democrat, a black woman, a Republican, a Democrat-leaning woman. Now, the answer, of course, is C, Republican. That was the correct answer, because in the eyes of those who serve the left, only a Republican could presume innocence until guilt is proven when it comes to police shooting unarmed black men. And I say that way because, listen, I say it that way because those who serve the left are the only ones dumb enough to actually believe that garbage. Now, the thought leaders of the left know better, but they're happy to see shit like this proliferated into the collective consciousness of their constituency over and over again. Now, as you might imagine, this caused a bit of stir among parents when it came to light. After all, how do you say Republicans are bad without saying Republicans are bad? You do it by employing a moral deficit in the character of all Republicans. That's going to get the job done every time. And what better way to make sure that you're already sowing division at the youngest ages possible than to gaslight an entire section of the population before the learning eyes of the youth? Now, imagine if the shoe were on the other foot. What if a test your child was taking had the following question? You ready for it? Here you go. Susie heard on the news that there's a bill going through Congress that would allow abortions all the way up through until birth. All right? She's just fine with that, despite the fact that it's clearly murder. Susie is most likely A, even if the answer was Democrat, and let's face it, it would you want that being up in front of your kids' eyes in school? I don't think so. Do you think that even classes which focus on civics and government structure should be taking a side in public education? There's plenty of history and structure to learn without wading off into the weeds on either the right or the left side. But as always, the fact that this happens is the feature, not the bug. It's the leftist mindset that pervades our modern education system. That's what's in there. The only thing that might not be part of the plan is the rare occasion like this one when someone finds out about it and raises a stink. Now, the administrative staff in the Wentzville school are, quote, looking into the matter to see why the question was included. Why was the question included? Because somebody with an ideology freaking wrote it. And they'll probably remove it for now, but the pattern's already on display. To hear that police have shot unarmed people, black, white, purple, and to not immediately come to the conclusion that it was probably driven by racism and not by crime, if thinking that way means I'm a Republican, then I'm a fucking Republican. Because I don't ever want to fit into a group where the cognitive dissonance that is the fashionable modern take on racism is my own mantra. I got too many brain cells still left over for that. Pisses me off. It does. It pisses me off. I can take it. Like, you want to come to me on Twitter and people like this morning, and can you put up the tweet that this is from a while back. Now this is this was my tweet, and I'm going to pull it up because there's some interesting comments that were associated with this thing. But this was a person from a little while back, and it's starting to gain some attention again. This is obviously a person with black skin, all right? Black skin. And this person, Dominique Apollon, said, it's taken me 45 trips around the sun, but for the first time in my life, I know what it feels like to have a Band-Aid in my own skin tone. You can barely even spot it in the first image. For real, I'm holding back tears. So I, of course, retweeted it, and I said, Band-Aid oppression? Does this Band-Aid's color match all skin with more eumelanin? No. Time to ban Band-Aids. Because if it matches your black skin, doesn't match everybody else's black skin.